Good evening. Today, we had a loss in our first preseason war, CWL invite here in ByeForever. OneHive Genesis, they came out swinging. Their nines, insane. They were savage. We showed it all live on stream. They only failed 1-9, the 9v9 front. They came out prepared and swinging. But to be honest with you, I really can't be too upset. I got that 10v10 six-pack this war, guys, and I mean, yes, anytime you get a loss, sometimes you just gotta take it. You gotta find what it is you did wrong. You gotta justify it accordingly, and I think we're gonna do that. I think we're ready. We've identified what it is that we need to improve on, and I think we're gonna fix that, and we're gonna go into our next week war, and I think we're gonna do a heck of a lot better. But anytime you get that 10v10 six-pack, oh, that's like the best feeling ever. I was so excited. I did one attack off stream, and I did the second attack live on stream at twitch.tv/Scottorius. If you haven't already, make sure you guys pop over there and drop me that follow, so that way you can guys see these live CWL warfare. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into some of these statistics here. Okay, so as you can see, OneHive Genesis did in fact take the victory, 114-111. It was a tough one. Like OneHive Genesis, like special shout out, guys. Their 10v11 team and their 9v9 team especially, they were savage. Absolutely savage. 16 for 17, 94% hit rate from OneHive Genesis on the 9v9 front. That's nuts. That's nuts. They got a lot of scouts, and they were able to take advantage of those and utilize those where they needed to be utilized. And then their 10v11 game being at 6 for 9. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into that. We're gonna get into it. I want to go ahead and open up and have playing in the background our boy Mitchell. So shout out to Mitchell, who had a fan. For starters, he got the six-pack this war at the 9v9 front, and anytime I see a nice Lalo, you gotta showcase it while we're reading off some statistics. All right, so the breakdown was in fact a 6-18-16, as you can see from the top of the overlay here. And going into this war, we did have 2 attempts at the 11v11 from both sides. ByeForever and OneHive Genesis did in fact have 2 attempts, neither of which was successful. Dips. Now, I know it says 9 out of 10 there. One of those dips was a disconnect. And shortly after he hit the attack button, his internet cut out, and it cost us that dip. So, to be honest with you, there's not really much you can do about that. Outside of that, it was perfect dips, especially for OneHive Genesis. They went 10 for 10. We did go 9 for 10, but like I said, one of those was in fact a disconnect. It happens. It happens. Now 10v11. Now that's where we struggled. That's where something we need to kind of work on. We went 3 for 13, which out of 6 11s, you got to clear those 11s. It's got to happen in order to pull the victory, especially when OneHive Genesis goes 6 for 9. I mean, 6 for 9, 67% hit rate is insane. That's great. Now 10v10, we went 7 for 22. I'm proud to say I contributed 2 of those. We'll show those later tonight. We went 7 for 22, which I think is pretty good. I think a 32% hit rate at 10v10 is pretty decent. And then they went 8 for 27. So, yeah, they went. That was at what, a 30%? It's a 30% hit rate. So 8 for 27, fantastic. Just putting up those numbers on the board. Oh man, it was a close one. We did cover the ending of war live on stream, and it was pretty exciting. It was pretty exciting. There in the last like 30 minutes, I would say, OneHive Genesis really did kind of tighten up the reins and secure that victory. And then we saw a couple of those 11v11s popping off. It was exciting. But at the end of the day, they performed. We performed our best. I think we can do this. I think we can go ahead and make those necessary adjustments, and I think we're going to pull that smashing victory next week. I'm hoping so, at least. All right, so without further ado, guys, we're going to go ahead and dive into these 10v10s. Special shout out to Penguin. I believe here on the number 7. He also got the 10v10 6-pack this war. Penguin is right here. There he is. As you can see, Penguin picked up that 10v10 6-pack as well. So we're going to go ahead and dive into his first attack on their number 1 Town Hall 10, their maxed out one. He goes ahead and runs a wonderfully executed Queen Charge Lalo. So goes ahead and starts off pulling the air-seeking mine up by the 12 with the loon, drops the baby drag, and then opens up with the Queen Walk here on the Archer Tower Wizzy. And as you can see, she goes ahead and makes her way left. He's going to do a test wall break because, you know, previous attack we saw that there was a little bomb there. As you can see, boom. Goes ahead and triggers it, allowing for the rest of those wall breakers. As soon as the Wizzy gets pulled onto the Barbarian King, goes ahead and trickles those in, and then allows for that Queen to start pathing her way in. Goes ahead and drops the Rage spell over, both speeding it up as well as ensuring those healers are raged underneath the Queen as she targets the enemy Queen and then makes her way into the squishy CC. I'm gonna hit pause real quick for a second. In my last video, I had someone comment saying that, you know, most of the 10v10 triples that I show in my videos are generally Hound Loon CC. And he's right. You know, pre-update, we did primarily see quite a bit of Hound Loon. However, this war specifically, I honestly saw a majority of the CC were squishy CC baby drag. In this case, it was actually a mama dragon, witches, and Valkyries, stuff like that. So, you know, I just wanted to hit pause there for a second and showcase. You know, I told you, man. I told you next time I'm going to keep an eye out for something that's not Golem Loon, or excuse me, Hound Loon, and I'm going to give you that shout out. So I had to. So as you can see here, he goes ahead and locks eyes with the Mama Dragon. Gets the rage. Bam. Now the witch is still up, so it's going to go ahead and start soaking up a little bit more time. So he's going to have to start the flight. There it is. See? Bang. And it's important that he tags this air sweep, since that the rest of his loons are coming in between the 12 and 3. He's going to have to tag it. So he goes ahead and passes those loons in straight to them. Pulls an air seek mine. And there it is. He gets the rest of the flight going. Like I said before, between the 12 and 3. And the Queen's still running. Now, guys, keep an eye on that Queen. She's actually going to make or break this attack here. She's going to be the most integral part in it and secures that victory. Goes ahead and drops the rage here in the core atop that third air defense, and they start pathing their way toward the last one. The Hound gets a little bit of a pop there. Boom. Haste into that final Inferno Tower. Excuse me. I forget they actually path over to the Archer Tower, and it's the back end loons that end up pathing their way over to the Inferno Tower. Okay. Now look, guys, the Queen's already started pulling some of these defenses. Got the Archer Tower locked up, and you know, luckily she has those healers. And as the loon starts making its way over, it does get taken out by that Wizard Tower. Now, at this point, I'm like, oh man, this is a rip. But look, the Queen makes her way in and actually soaks up the Wizard Tower attack, allowing for these pups and minions, guys. Allowing for these pups and minions to go in and take out that wizard and then secure the 3-star. Normally, whenever you see pups and minions coming in at a Wizard Tower, you're like, oh man, that's a rip, that's it. But luckily, that Queen was able to hold the attention of that wizard, allowing those pups and minions to come in and ensure that 3-star. So beautifully executed. Nice charge. Nice Lalo. Shout out to Penguin. Ugh, fantastic attack. This is actually a second attack here. The second one on the list. I like to work my way top down. So Penguin, this is his second hit. He goes ahead and goes with the Sui Lalo, which means suicide heroes. Meaning there's no healers, nothing to help sustain them, no real kill squad or anything. They just kind of get dropped in there and do what they can before they get taken out. So there's the King being dropped over by the 3, along with a Wizzy. There's the Queen behind him. Excuse me, sorry. Alright, so King gonna be activating his ability here momentarily as he makes his way into this Dark Elixir Collector. There it is. Bam. Now Queen locks eyes with that Archer Tower, is able to pick it up, gets the air defense. Nicely done, nicely done. And then goes ahead and tags that last Archer Tower there within that compartment. So he's about to start flight here. There it is over at the 2, cycled up by the 12. Goes ahead and drops those haste, padding their way into those 2 air defenses. Takes his time, He's very patient with this attack, guys. He's got that Rage Skelly on standby, so he's keeping an eye on this queen here and waiting for the opportune moment to see what compartment she goes into, so that way he can utilize that Rage accordingly along with that Skelly spell to help take her out. So he goes ahead and drops that Rage and goes ahead and drops the Skelly. Now they do distract her, but they aren't quite able to take her out. She is able to, you know, make her way over and hop the wall and avoid the Skellies, but they were able to distract her long enough, which is the ultimate key here. They were able to distract her long enough to allow the loons to come in and weaken her up a bit here. And then I think it's the back end loons that end up finally finishing her off. See, so you can see she's got a sliver of health left. And it comes to that last loon there. He goes ahead and is like, you know what? This queen's still over here. I'm going to go ahead and separate from the rest of the crew and go ahead and tag her out. We can go ahead and do a ×2 here. Nicely executed Lalo. Destroyed the base. Plenty of loons left. Plenty of cleanup. Minions, pups, you name it. Nicely done. Nicely executed Penguin. Fantastic hit. And shout out once again for that sexy 10v10 6-pack. Always a good day. Always a good day. Alright, so then we're going to go into their number, I think it was their number 17, which was me. Bam. So this is actually this is actually my second 10v10 attack that I did. I actually did this one live on stream. So before we actually hit play on this one, I kind of want to give you a little bit of an insight here. Whenever I do like a Shattered Hobo, and guys, keep in mind, both of my 10v10 attacks, I actually ran the exact same troop comp. I made no changes. 11 Wizzies, 1 Archer, 27 Hogs, 2 Golems, CC Bowlers, and it's all the same. Both attacks, that's the strategy at the moment. That's worked out for me so far, clearly. Now, when I look at a base, I picture it as a pie. I look at it like a pie. I separate it into 4s. So this is gonna be the first section of the pie. Now keep in mind, guys, I've got 3 heal spells and a kill squad. That's how I envision it. So 3 heals and a kill squad is gonna go ahead and soak up an entire 100% of the pie. So the first section right here is gonna be a kill squad's duty. Second section is the first heal spell section of the base, in which hogs can be healed under. That's gonna clear that second section. By this point, half the base is done. They're gonna make their way over to the third section. That's a heal spell. And then the final section, heal spell. So that's when I go into a base, that's how I look at it. I picture it as a pie, and I separate it into 4s, and then I see, you know, what is it that my kill squad is going to get the most value, allowing for those other 3 sections of the pie to be taken out. And in this case, the kill squad coming in at the 6. So I saw, you know, incredible value here with 2 Wizzy Towers, 2 Bomb Towers, both heroes, and the CC. I'm like, absolutely. If I can get the bowlers and the queen there in the core, then they're gonna absolutely destroy the space. So they start pathing their way in. Luckily, this is a tough funnel. To be honest with you, I was a little bit worried about this funnel. I was worried about those bowlers walking, but they did end up making their way in. I did get all of them, I believe. Yeah, it looks like they all get in there, especially the queen. That one's key. They go ahead and tag all the splash required, the Wizzy Towers, and makes their way over to the queen, takes her out, bam, nicely done. And then mission's accomplished. I go ahead and I just wait. It's added value here, getting the Expo, so I go ahead and just wait for the queen to tag that out, and then I go ahead and start my 3-finger drop on the hog run. Now, I go just post Wizzy Tower on the heal spell. I didn't really need to use it yet. I honestly could have held on to that heal spell and swagged it at the end. However, I'm more about being better safe than sorry, in my opinion. I go ahead and drop that second heal spell into the 3rd sector of the base. And hold tight, hold tight. I do get a little bit of a split out of the hogs. I messed up on the poison spell because I forgot about the skellies that locked eyes with the hogs up by the 12. And I was able to clear some of the skellies. However, there's enough of them there to where they put in quite a bit of work into my hogs, especially the ones that were taking care of that mortar up top. And as they link up with the rest of the hogs, they make their way over to those 2 Teslas, and then the final point defense in that cannon. I was aware of the giant bomb that was there from the scout previous attacks, but I wasn't too worried about it by that point. I expected to have more hogs, but hey, I'll take what I can get. So they go ahead and turn around, they clear the rest of them. I think I had 3 hogs at that point. Luckily, the queen, as you can see, is still alive, assisting with some cleanup. It's going to come down to time. So time is of the essence here. I think there was about 8 seconds left on the clock or something like that. when the attack ended, so it was a close one. Luckily, the queen makes her way over and helps assist with these gold storages, and that's what ultimately is the icing on the cake here. So we're gonna go ahead and do ×2. I was able to pick up this 10v10 3-star live on stream. So everyone was able to enjoy this victory with me. It was pretty cool to share it with you guys. Appreciate you guys that that were there. Pump me up, give me that hype. All right, so there it was, bang. So we're gonna go ahead and back out. I think the next one was on their number 20 from Jazz and James. Jazz and James, guys, I feel like I see this man throwing up 10v10 triples every war. Like, I feel like every war this man at least gets 1, if not 2. Jazz and James, shout out, man. So he's gonna do another sexy low. Open it up with the king down by the 6, allowing the funnel with those wizzies, on the wizzy towers. King makes his way in, pulls the enemy king. There's the wall break. As soon as that wizzy tower locks eyes with the king, goes ahead and gets a successful break. Tags that first wizzy, queen, breaks off just a little bit, tags the second one real quick, and then makes her way in. Now, guys, keep in mind, he's got the Rage Skelly on standby, just in case this queen is unsuccessful in taking out the enemy queen and unable to sewer her. But he takes her out right before she goes down. But he had a backup plan just in case. It never hurts to have a backup plan. So, but she accomplished her mission. Nicely done. Flight begins. It almost becomes a spam loon. Almost. As you can see, he just spreads those loons out, drops those hounds, goes from the 9 to 12 to 3. It's insane. There it goes. There's the 9 and 3 drop from the loons. Nice spread. Great split. Gets those hastes in. Goes ahead and just trickles them all around the base. And then the core with the rage. Not even needed with the skellies. They actually end up helping out with some cleanup there at the end. Goes ahead and heals over the Teslas, especially as they path their way into those final wizzy towers. That could have been tough, as you saw that cluster of loons going down over there by that third wizzy tower. And then that's GG. We're gonna go ahead and do ×4 here. Goes ahead. I think he swags the skelly. Swag slash allows for cleanup. See, as you can see over there, and swags the haste there in the core. Bam. Nice 3-star, dude. That was on their number 20. And then 21 from Tyrant Drowley. We see a fantastic Shattered Hobo here. He actually, I believe, gets a wall break entry into 4 heal spell hog run. So, as you can see here, he actually gets quite a bit of value from just a simple wall break. He has to make, that's the key though, he's got to make sure they are successful in opening up the compartment required to get to the core of the space to tag both heroes, bomb tower, wizzy, and then those 2 X-bows. Incredible value. You can see opening wizzy tower too, excuse me. So there's the rage. He is successful in the wall break. Pulls the CC, baby drag, witches coming out. He can actually hold on to that ability just a little bit. He then goes ahead and activates the king, and then starts the hog run. Now bear in mind, guys, this man actually has 4 heals this time, because he isn't quite able to take a whole section of the pie out. He isn't quite able to get that full 25% portion of it. So he goes and replaces a jump spell with another heal, so that way the hogs can essentially do a 4-sector run. So he goes ahead and drops that heal, poison from previous scout attack. He's able to see that there was a skelly there, pre-poisons it. He's got 2 more heals on standby, too easy. Drops it as the hogs make their way toward that final wizard tower. Queen is able to tag that Inferno. Boom. Game, set, match. Wonderful attack. Plenty of hogs there at the end, guys. That was insane. And guys, note, he actually brings his own bowlers on this attack. That's something I didn't quite mention at the beginning. A lot of times when you look at a base and you don't expect a whole lot out of your kill squad, like if you don't require a whole lot, excuse me, that was a wrong choice of words. If you don't require a whole lot from your kill squad, you can actually bring Town Hall 10 level bowlers with you, 5, 6, something like that, and then bring in CC hogs. And whenever you're going to run a 4 heal spell hog run, where your hogs are going to take more than 3 sectors of the base, generally you want to run those Town Hall 11 maxed out hogs coming out of the CC, and that's what he did, and it proved to be successful. That's one of the times where you're running Town Hall 10 level bowlers and then CC hogs instead of vice versa. So great triple there. The next one being on number 22, I believe, from Nellis. This is actually the first 10v10 triple that was dropped from the ByeForever side this war. Great team effort. He opens up with a little bit of the trash cleanup, drops his queen. And these bowlers here, he's actually intending to grab this mortar here. Didn't quite get it. Absolutely fine. It's not going to make or break the attack necessarily. He's able to adjust fire accordingly. Second bowler bounce over by the Town Hall, Dark Elixir Collectors. Queen makes her way over. And it's going to begin here momentarily. We're going to see a loon drop over the mortar. Yes, especially as the bowler goes down. There it is. And then Queen tags that Wizzy Tower, makes her way into that air defense, and is able to successfully grab it. So then there's the loon there, tagging that mortar. Bam. There's the golem. Bowlers incoming. And look at the value he gets, guys. Look at the value he's about to get from these bowlers. Successful with the wall break. He's got to jump. Now, bam. Look at that jump spell. He just easily tagged that Wizzy. He's going to get the CC, enemy queen, X-bows, 2 X-bows, and just gut this base. Just looking at this base now, I'm going to hit pause for a second. And he's going to continue to get value. Bear that in mind. He's still got stuff that's alive. Now, just look at the pathing for this base for loons at the moment. So the bowlers are wrecking. They're starting to gut the core. So flight begins down by the 4 to the 3. And they're going to essentially make that C shape around the base. You can see as the core cut, the core gets gutted. He establishes a C, as that's how I picture it whenever I'm doing these attacks too. He drops that hound, wonderful Lalo, gets that haste in, and then goes ahead and drops the last one as they make their way toward those final defenses. He's got a couple skellies in those loons, but the pop out of the hound goes ahead and takes care of those. Drops that final haste spell, and then clears defense. Beautifully executed. Wonderful Lalo. Great entry. It's completely successful in the kill squad. Base is wrecked. Plenty of loons. Absolutely plenty of loons. Plenty of cleanup. Got those minions already trickled out on the outside. Handled. Well done, Nellis. Beautiful, beautiful attack. Alright, so coming into the next and final attack was mine. This is actually the second 10v10 triple from ByeForever this war. And this was actually my first one out of the 2 I did. So, alright, so initially looking at this, it kind of goes back into the sectors and all that nonsense. Initially looking at it, I was like, okay, just this section of the base, guys. I've got 4 wizard towers, 2 bomb towers, X-bow, both heroes, because the queen gets pulled right there, and the CC. Back end, like that right there is what the hogs are gonna have to worry about. Point defense. Like, are you serious? And please note, the troops I have now, once again, the exact same troop comp as my last attack. So all I have to do is make sure bowlers, queen, get right here in the. I'm gonna drop this jump spell right here over the king pad, and that should give access to literally all that splash, both heroes and the CC, and just wreck. So if I can get a kill squad in there and just gut that, then the rest is gonna be GG. So that's what I do. I drop the 2 golems. Go ahead and establish the funnel. Now I am worried, guys. Keep in mind, I'm gonna hit pause real quick. I was actually supposed to wait for this archer tower to lock eyes with this golem before dropping the wizards. I got a little bit antsy. I dropped the wizzies way too soon, and then the wizzy tower just ends up taking them out. So it was like, oh my goodness, I'm about to lose my bowlers. They're gonna walk, because the whole point of the wizzies are to take out these archer towers, as you can see the ones on the left hand side doing right there, to kind of focus those bowlers onto the king pad. As you can see, luckily I actually had a elixir storage there in the core that kind of higher HP was able to hold the kill squad there and focused, and they do end up pathing in and starting to just absolutely just wreck the inner side of this base. They were able to easily path their way over. King locks eyes with the enemy queen, tags her out, boom. Queen making her way over. She actually grabs that other wizzy tower. I do a 2-finger hog drop on the splash mortars. She grabs the wizzy and makes her way over. I drop my first heal spell. I pull skellies. Not too big of a deal. I'm pretty sure I poison them almost immediately. Take them out. So I'm not having to worry about them. Queen back in, actually clearing that last wizard tower. Nice, nice. Drop that heal spell up by the 12. And I think I pull another Skelly. I'm not 100%. I'm pretty sure I do. But it's at the end of the run, so I'm not terribly worried about it. Especially because I have another heal spell coming in. There it is. And then all that's left are those 4 Teslas, in which the Queen goes ahead and tags one of them. And I do expect there to be a giant bomb between those 2 Teslas, which there end up being. And look at that. Plenty of hogs. Guys, look at the amount of hogs I have left. That's insane. They turn around and they go ahead and take out those Skellies that are following them. And then go ahead and trigger that giant bomb still. But look at the amount of hogs, guys. That's nuts. And then during the attack, I did trickle in my 2 wizards and my archer. So they're already starting up on the cleanup. We're going to go ahead and do it ×2 here. That felt good. When I did that attack, right after the opening stream, right after the opening 9s, I was like, okay. See if I can go 2 for 2. But anyway, it was felt good. Good attack. I'm hoping to see more bases like that so I can continue to do it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and step back into my office. So those were our 10v10s, sexy 9v9 from our boy Mitchell. If you guys haven't already, once again, follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/Scatoria. And once again, if you haven't already, follow me over at Twitter at @ClashScatoria. You can see whenever I go live on Twitch and whenever I drop videos or say a bunch of random things. So make sure you guys follow me over on Twitter, and then make sure you guys hit that sub button here on YouTube if you're enjoying the content you're seeing. I like to do a lot more Town Hall 10 oriented videos because I'm a 10, and I feel like that's one of the most integral parts that makes or breaks wars. 11 included as well. I just don't have an 11. And then of course, hop over to Discord, discord.gg/thekillsquad, all one word. I'm in there all the time, just talking to people about different things. If you got ideas for new metas or troop comps, need help with a base, by all means, feel free to tag me and be like, hey Scott, what's up, man? What are you doing? What are you doing today? And then if you're interested in being a part of the ByeForever family, guys, we have 3 clans in the ByeForever family that are in the CWL. We got one in Invite, one in Premier, one in Rising. Now, I just found out today, I think Code Enigma, which is the one that was in Rising, I think they actually moved over to Light. And we've also got a clan in the NDL, and we also have a clan in the MLCW. So if you're interested in League play, we've got 6 clans in the ByeForever family. Technically 8, because 2 of those are event clans, but I usually just say 6. So hop over, and you'll see in the description down below, I'll have a link to the ByeForever server in which you'll get an interview. If you make it past the initial interview, then you'll go into your tryout phase. And then from there, hopefully I see you on the battlefield. Hopefully you join the family. So without further ado, appreciate you guys for hanging out tonight, and I will see you again very soon.